Look what happened with smartphones. One company put a second lens in a smartphone, and then everybody did. And then people put 3, and then 4. This is the new DJI Osmo Pocket 4P. There's more to the story because for the first time in the Pocket series, there is a P model. And what that means is a different camera setup on a similar gimbal setup, promising up to 17 stops of dynamic range on a 1-inch sensor. And then you've also got a 3x zoom lens, so 2 camera setup in one gimbal style camera. So the combo that I'm unboxing here is called the Creator Combo. However, if the Creator Combo's out of stock, they've got something called the Vlog Combo, which is actually very similar. So it's gonna come with a lot of stuff to get you up and running. Paperwork, stickers, of course, and a couple of different ways to carry it. I like to refer to this as the shaving kit. It's kind of like a toiletry bag. It has a loop on it if you want to hook it to something, and everything is just so cozy inside of there. The zipper also has a little bit of weatherproofing on it, kind of wraps around the zipper itself. And look at the way everything just packs in. It's unbelievable. So here is the camera. So look at the way it stores in its horizontal setting. Comparing the scale, I mean, it's almost identical. Obviously, it's a little bit taller with that dual camera situation, but very, very similar to the Pocket 4. The balance and weight is gonna be slightly different, but we're talking tremendously portable. Also inside the package, this is the little accessory light, I believe. Yes, it is. Here's our thread adapter, allow us to interact with our mounting hardware. This kit includes the microphone, and that is one of the advantages that DJI has. A huge ecosystem of components, including the microphones, which won't require any kind of receiver. The camera itself will behave as the receiver. They've also got the other components of the microphone, the little magnetic clip and the magnet itself. The other thing you can do with that initial connection point is then connect the tripod portion for a very portable and comfortable setup. Now it's freestanding, and you can utilize those various tracking features to follow you, for example. Windscreen. This also includes a lens adapter, 15mm. And check this out, this kit also comes with the remote. So we're gonna be able to control from afar, set it, and forget it. Ooh, charger for your mic. Look at that little dock. USB-C, oh wow, so the remote does have a similar charger, but it is dedicated. Ooh, it acts as a stand. You want to monitor your camera, but have this sitting on a tabletop instead of holding it. You can do it and charge it at the same time. USB cable, and I think that's everything other than a silica packet. I just like the way they designed that, man. Like, to fit everything in there. All of this in here. And by the way, they give you the lightweight kit too. They've got you covered there as well. Like, imagine they're giving you 2 different carry options in the same kit. So here we can prioritize something more portable. Still some room, couple of pouches, camera unit, microphone, no problem. Nice little portable package. You can do it that way, or you bring everything, it's beautiful. Okay, now these are some big claims that DJI is making with the 17 stops of dynamic range. If they're able to deliver close to that, I think people are going to be very excited. This entire category has exploded. And then also you've got the clientele that just want to have the versatility of more than one focal length. So you're getting the 3X now to go with your wide, a little bit more reach when you need it. Pretty interesting, but we've got to compare. Like, here's what it comes down to. You're outdoors, which is where you're probably going to be using one of these. You've got something really bright like the sky, and then you're also trying to expose for something in the shadows. How does it do? How does it compare? And is it worth the premium over the Pocket 4? On the 4P, you've got this new 1-inch CMOS sensor, which is upgraded in terms of dynamic range. The Pocket 4 is claiming 14 stops, whereas the 4P is up to 17. This is, again, according to DJI. The main camera, 20mm f2, it's the same as the Pocket 4, but that extra lens is a 60mm equivalent at f1.8. And at 60mm, you can focus at only 0.3 meters. You can do 4K 240 on the wide angle, which is the same as the Pocket 4, and then you can do 4K 200 frames per second on the medium tele lens. If you want to use D-Log 2, you need to look at the 4P model. The Pocket 4 maxes out at 10-bit D-Log. They've also upgraded Active Track. They're now calling it 8.0, supporting the telephoto lens and multi-person tracking. Weirdly, there's a slight difference in internal storage. So the Pocket 4, 107 gigs versus the 4P, 103 gigs. However, the speed is apparently the same, with wireless transfers up to 90 megabytes per second second and wired transfers up to 800 megabytes per second. Batteries are also listed the same way, 1545 milliamp hours, but the weight does change to accommodate that bigger camera unit. So the weight is up to 230 grams compared to the 190.5 for the Pocket 4. So the big question here, Pocket 4 versus Pocket 4P, and to potentially get an extraordinary amount of dynamic range. For the purpose of this video, we're not going to be trying to measure that. What really matters is, can you even perceive that in challenging situations where you might have a lot of highlight and shadow? That's where your dynamic range helps you, but D-Log 2 takes it to another level. However, it's important to note that that D-Log 2 only works on the main camera on the Pocket 4P. It doesn't work on the 3X. So obviously you're not looking at log footage here, but it's been treated by DJI's own LUT for both of these. So first scene, detail in the hand, like little lines in the skin, are definitely more observable on the 4P than they are on the 4. It's relatively subtle in this scenario, but that hand is far more lit up with more detail without blowing out the ceiling. Okay, now we've moved outdoors. Honestly, this is a classic pocket camera scenario. You're outdoors, you have really bright sunlight, and then you have sections in shadow. Shadowy section of grass over here versus over here. We have more color retained and just more detail. You might be sitting there saying, well, the Pocket 4, I like that contrast. I want the shadow to look black. Yeah, that's fine. When you're shooting, you don't want to lose information and take away your creative capability later to make it look however you want. So having more detail to begin with and then going in and playing with your contrast, that's the way you want to do it when you're shooting in any kind of log format. Oh, here's directly into the sun. This is the most challenging scenario. Here we have the sun coming through the trees. On the 4P, we have the bark. On the 4, it's a lot darker and tougher to see. Are we looking at significantly more dynamic range? I don't know, maybe. Look at the birch tree too. Directly at the sky. The sky is brighter on the 4P by a touch, but the leaves themselves remain green instead of black. And then it starts to get a little more comparable here as we move into more total shade. Whoa. Why is this coyote so chill? Well, what's interesting with this shot, you don't have the reach on the 4. You might not want to get super close to the coyote. Man, the thing is, the coyotes are getting very comfortable. So they're almost at raccoon status now. They just come pay you a visit and say, hey, how you doing? You got no reach. So obviously by zooming in, there goes your D-Log 2. But who cares? You got the shot. Holy cow. Like, having the zoom is nice. Wow. Yeah, way different. I mean, the 4P is less contrasty. Presumably the exposure's a little elevated there. It kind of makes sense. It's definitely interested in boosting the highlights in both circumstances. From a day out shooting, it's actually the flexibility of the 3X lens that came in clutch way more than the D-Log, because it gave us the shot of the coyote, which is the best shot of the day, the coolest shot of the day, arguably. They're both super quick and easy to use. Just pop them open and shoot and really don't think about too much at all. And the 3X gives you that flexibility to essentially make shots you wouldn't otherwise have made. Look what happened with smartphones. One company put a second lens in a smartphone, and then everybody did, and then people put 3, and then 4. So in the end, we have 2 different pocket cameras to choose from, and options are always a good thing. We've now got the 4P for those users that want to take things a bit further and use D-Log 2. People who have a little bit more money to spend and want an all-in-one vlog camera. And then, of course, we've got the Pocket 4 still, which is for those that want to prioritize value for money and are still getting plenty of quality for something that fits in their pocket.